We've not gone live yet, Mike. You can't just keep subtly mentioning you went to see.
Oh, really? That's only like 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You know how it is. He just wants to subtly mention it. What did you do at the weekend, Mike?
The first thing when I joined in, when you wasn't here, Youngie said to me was, "How was last night?"
Yeah, he was talking about how you felt after the win.
Bruce is here. Don't know where he is. That's not his house.
Is it not? Why? I've got a background on.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Where's that come from? Hang on, I was messing about last week while you lot were talking. Hang on. I don't know how to do this.
Has Youngie gone for you, Mike?
Yeah, he has.
Welcome, everybody. I think what we'll do is we will do 2 podcasts today. So we'll do one which is full of hubris. We'll go arrogant. We'll go HMS Pistol-y. And then after about half an hour, we'll go back to, a little bit of Grimsby where we'll go, well, the last time we started this well was at Chesterfield or at Cheltenham.
Is Sam joining for that bit? We need Sam for that bit, won't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, the most annoyed I've been for a long time is, we've got our cricket chat, and I know people don't like cricket, but I'm trying not to watch it today. And the last thing you want to see is Sam Barrick say he's starting to feel confident about anything.
Did he say that just before Root got caught out?
He said, lads, I'm starting to feel confident about this. And I was like, for fuck's sake, Sam, shut up. Tumble.
Anybody who wants to...
off?
What?
It reminds me that during lockdown when that lawyer was trying... I'm actually not a cat.
Oh.
No, Judge, I'm not a cat. I'm a real person.
I'm not a cat.
He's gone.
Chris
Bruce appearance for the evening.
Chris wants to know, has Bruce bought a place down Humberston Avenue? Can't see the snooker table, though. Anyone who's listening to this online and is not watching it, Bruce has got a weird background in where he looks like he's in a nicer place. I assume when he's working, he lies to people about the state of where he lives.
I was going to say, doesn't Bruce work in IT? Yeah, he's having a lot of difficulty just turning a background off. There he is. He's back.
He's back. He's back.
So where is he now?
I couldn't cope with that. That was doing my head in.
New game idea. Where's Bruce?
Where's Bruce?
I've just had an unexpected couple of hours in the cricket club. It was very pleasant.
It's clearly not unexpected, though, is it?
I mean, you're there that often. Is it always unexpected? It's not like it's irregular.
I don't know who was playing, but I got there and I looked at the scoreboard and was chatting to the lad that does the scoreboard. And Cleethorpes or Scunthorpe, one of the two, hopefully Scunthorpe. Well, I don't think it was. There were 75 all out, and it was about 40. It was about 40 for none off 12, and they had about 30 overs to knock 30 runs off for 10 wickets. And I was like, yeah, this didn't last him long. But anyway, I just made it because the gate to my house was locked, so I've had to walk all the way around. It took about 5 minutes.
Is that what Claire did, is it? She locked it?
Yeah, locked from the other side. No, she's been with me, actually. We pretended like we were a couple for a bit. Well, to be fair, she was with her friends. But
you sit the other side of the club.
Yeah, no, it's like a school disco.
We did it first. Her and her mates, we were all sat outside, and then it got a bit chilly. And you know when you do that bloke thing, and you're in shorts and a t-shirt, and you're like, "No, it's fine. I'm not cold. And the girls went, "Yeah, we're going in now. No, we're fine." And you're like, "Fucking hell, it's cold." And so we lasted about 15 minutes, and then went back. Then went in, followed them inside with our tails between our legs.
Ben says 5 minutes to walk around to the other side of the house, definitely on Humberston Avenue.
Yeah, well, the cricket that field must be worth a fortune, but I'm sure there's some sort of covenant like Bundle Park where you can't sell it. But,
well, it's like Hong Kong Cricket Club, isn't it? They've got a massive piece of land, obviously, and the Chinese government, I assume, will take it at some point in a hostile takeover. Just lots of really old Englishmen getting nervous.
Sorry, we can get 15 skyscrapers on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, talking about cricket, we're doing international affairs now.
Who cares? Because Town are top of the league. It's never too early to look at the league table. And I feel like, for once, people want us on point. Bruce, I did come round to see if you were there. Were you not there yesterday?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I didn't make the fan zone. I got comfy in the old Vic, and
Well,
I got in a round. I got in a round, and yeah, I didn't get there till about 10 to 3. I did feel bad that I hadn't seen you, but you didn't message to see where I was. But
I did come round at half time just to see if you were there, and I couldn't find you there.
I was there.
Where do you think he was at half time?
I was in the bar at half time.
I couldn't get in. It was absolutely rammed. And so was the fan zone. The fan zone only had one tap working, I think. So I don't know if you've had any reviews from the old Mazdams, Youngie, but Dan seemed like he survived. But it was the queue was at the for the Doc's beer was at the entrance.
They've had problems previously in the last season with slow running beer, so this is probably not the best start to the season they could have possibly wished for. Bless them, but yeah.
No, there was no problem with Madry in the lower bar.
No, Burton's finest Spanish lager, absolutely.
Well,
Si,
auspicious.
Si, senor.
Si, senora. I don't know what a Burton accent is. I assume for Grimsby, we just have to start every conversation with sorry. We're sorry we broke your ground. Anyway, auspicious. Not only are we top of the league, the first ever podcast live streamed from the actual postcode it's represented with. So not bad.
Oi.
Do you know what, Bruce? I thought you were a different number. I thought the people of Chichester Avenue had a hoitier postcode.
Chichester Avenue? What?
Oh, wherever it is. Chelmsford Avenue. Is it Chelmsford?
You're getting
that's in
further away.
Grimsby.
It's Chichester Road, but that's not where I live. But,
who cares?
Yeah. Anyway,
no. If you want to give your address out, mate.
Before we get on about the good stuff, can I just mention a couple of things that that I didn't find enjoyable yesterday, because I don't want to.
Here we go.
Oh my word! Right,
before we mention anything else, let's just Bruce say how shit everything is.
I do apologise for everyone. I know this was the biggest home win on the first day of the season. It's 1979, and everyone is brilliant. But Bruce does want to moan about the TIFO. Go on.
Right. I went to the game yesterday, or not me personally, but this is some fans' perspective of the game. We won 3-0. Opening day of the season, as you say, best first game since 1979 when we beat Exeter 4-1. But I still can't stop crying about that sponsor on the back of the shirts. We might have won, and everyone else is happy.
Look, Bruce.
But I'm
Pete
not.
Pete is a supporter of the club.
Right, Mr. Representative Grimsby Town person supporter. I'm not happy with that. The main stand, it's been there since 1899 as the main stand. I get really upset the fact that it's been renamed. That's not good enough. And I'm not happy with that. Neither am I happy with the Findus being renamed the Ramsden stand. That is a disgrace. And we might have won 3-0. We might have won 3-0.
Ruined my favourite podcast.
But I, Mr. Number One Grimsby Town supporter, can focus on nothing else but the fact that the Findus has been renamed. I'm not happy with any of that. We might have won 3-0. I did mention that. But finally, you've put my fucking season ticket prices up. Can you try and get sponsorship from somewhere else and get some money into the pub? Because I am not happy. But apart from that, it was a really good day.
Look, people, Luke is getting angry with Bruce. I assume Bruce is doing this from a sarcastic opinion after some activity that's been on social media today.
I might be.
If you missed it, there is a hint of sarcasm, or more than a hint of sarcasm, in what Bruce is saying.
My favourite, there's quite a few. It's quite funny. Look, if that's all we got to moan about, then let's do it. And I will. Do you know what, Bruce? We might talk about where I sat yesterday accidentally, but Mr. Stockwood was sat in front of me, and the second they thanked the crowd for coming, Jason turned around and said, "Fucking hell, Bruce won't be happy."
Did he really? I didn't hear that. That's a disgrace.
You were too busy doing the conga, mate. That was the problem.
I was just so chilled out in the second half. It was unbelievable. I mean, what a game, what a day.
He did say, I didn't know Bruce was so bitter though when you about thanking them for coming.
It's Tim Pot.
Actually,
Look,
I've got no issue with when you've battered somebody 3-0 saying thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a safe journey home.
Yeah,
by the way,
Crawley.
By the way, as me and Mike were saying, by the way, we apologise we hope you have a safe journey home. But also, the Wisley Junction has been closed at the M25, so there is a diversion in route, and it will add an extra 45 minutes onto your journey. We apologise, but enjoy your safe trip home.
You've got to go the opposite way around. You've got to go the opposite way around the M25.
Yeah.
And then you'll forget to pay the dart charge.
It's a two-way shithouse, isn't it? If you're winning 3-0, it's a great shithouse for the away supporters. If you do it when you lost, you're just shithousing yourselves, aren't you? There's no need for it.
I think where it came to a head for Bruce was that time. He might be able to tell us when, but a team had effectively scored their 4th goal against us last season.
Chef Wednesday.
As we were thanking them for coming.
It was Chef Wednesday because it was full.
I can't remember. It might have been Doncaster.
No,
that period we went through which I don't want to dwell on tonight because we don't want to. But
yeah, you started with a rant.
It was one of them ones where they spanked us and they thanked them for coming as we were
sets the tone.
Yes. This is a happy podcast. I've got my piss take out the way. It might have been shit. It might have worked. I don't know, but yeah, cheer up. Top of the league.
Is that the equivalent of coming out straight from the first whistle and putting a tackle on somebody in the first 5 minutes, setting the tone? It's like
Tacklebury says, you know what, Bruce? It's like the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. You can call it whatever the fuck you want.
Yes, I liked your film. Police Academy 2 was the best.
Right, so Town won 3-0. Everything is hunky dory. I think Crawley had one weak shot, and then there was one from Tishmanga which went over. I really don't know what to say. It was really good. I don't think there has been that much of a complete performance I've ever seen for Town. When I was lucky enough to talk to David Artell after getting run out by him, I basically asked him, is there one thing that you would want us to think about when we're talking about this stuff? And it was basically, it just takes time. Everything just takes time. So 3-0, first day of the season, top of the league. Thanks, Dave. Only ways up. Anybody, would you like to share? Because I don't really know what to say. Apart from, there was one bit from Harvey Rogers where he mischested it, which, by the way, Harvey Rogers, Harry Brook, never seen in this. Oh, Zach Crawley, never seen in the same room. Anyway, he tried to chest it, missed it, and toe-podded it forward and completely broke their midfield down within a second. It was amazing. I'm going to think that was completely deliberate. But he was outstanding yesterday, as were the 15 others that played. Youngie, you raised your hand first. Let's start with the hubris of HMS Piss the League.
Well, I'm all aboard. Get your captain's hat on. Life jackets are sparse. They're minimal because we're not drowning. Oh, not Epstein's Island. We're not going there. But we're off to an island where we're going to celebrate and have a great old time. Anyway, no. Anyway, so I watched on the telly yesterday, unfortunately, because I was otherwise engaged.
By please advice.
But from minute one, you could just tell what the intentions are. We were attacking from the front, defending from the front, should I say. Every time they got the ball, we were straight on them, getting forward in numbers from the midfield, even from the left back, from Sweeney, forward into the midfield. Everything went through McCracken and Corey, and then the amount of pace in the front three. Yes, very good tackle, Brie. The amount of pace in the front three was just absolutely tremendous, and Crawley couldn't cope. Now, were Crawley bad? Yeah, they were, and I might be a bit worried if I was a Crawley supporter this season, but it's early days. But we were superb. I think we made them look even worse than they actually were. I thought Cabia on debut was superb. I thought Burns looks like a completely different player to the one that we first saw in January. He was tricky. He had a great delivery. He wanted to do something every time he got the ball. Vernon looked like the Charles Vernon that we all know exists, but we don't see enough. We were absolutely superb, and what a statement of intent. The way we played from minute one, and the positive thing was as well that we finished like it as well. In the 95th minute, we were still attacking. We were still having a go. The fitness of the squad looked much improved. It was really, really positive. You can't, honestly, nobody had a bad game yesterday. And I would argue it's probably the best home performance since Artel took over. That's for sure. Poor Scott Lindsay. Yeah, I kind of agree with him. But brilliant. I can't say anything more superlatives. I thought we were superb. And HMS Piece of the League is setting sail.
Just so everyone knows, Ben Hill says someone in the main stand shouted, "You lot of shit," at Lindsay, the Crawley manager. And then he turned around and went, "Yeah, I know." But look, if we were going into that game, usually Crawley should have had 2 easy goals. Tishmanga always scores against us. Someone that I'd have liked, if I'd have seen us buy him this season, I'd have been excited by his inclusion in our team. And Gav Holohan, we all know exactly what he can give. He may have lost a yard of pace. I haven't watched him closely enough, but he's experienced, he understands it, and he's at times run games for us in recent memory. So yes, they might not be great, but they're one of these teams where even the season they got promoted with Danilo Orsi leading the line, they could be that they can be a surprise package, as they were the last time they got promoted. So I think we've got to work it out again, as Artel has said at times, not too high, not too low, if you want to be sensible. But this is our largest win at home since 1979, and we completely dominated. 5 or 6 goals would not have been outrageous. We should have had a second penalty when Corey, I believe it was yanked back by his throat, and neither lino or referee showed it. I see that Crawley I assume that 92 Bible, that was the one that had us relegated last season in their prediction league. I assume as a Crawley fan. To me, questionable penalty, but if you clatter someone like that outside the box, it's a free kick every day of the week. So I would have said, yeah, pen. I mean, I'd have moaned if it had gone against us, but it's still as it is. And there was everyone. The only one that the biggest applause, though, goes to Christy Pym for not falling asleep at any point. I assume he was working on his tan because I think he touched the ball 5 times throughout the day. Aaron says the Crawley goalkeeper kit looked like a kit from Sports Direct. I believe actually they brought a black goalkeeping kit to the game and to play against the team in black and white with an entire black back. And so they had to use a training shirt, which is why also they had the number 1 on the front of the shirt. So it was just a training kit. Anybody else? Bruce, you were there. You were close by. A couple of things that I assume the lino was getting a bit of grief for down your end. But all in all, are the lower Ramsdens happy? The lower Rammy?
It was the perfect opening day of the season, wasn't it? And we haven't had that. I think it was our 9th, without sounding too geeky, which I do. It was our 9th win in 38 first game of the seasons. So we've got a bit of catching up to do there. But my sort of takeaway, a couple of things that I don't know. I don't normally notice the tactical stuff, as you know. But yesterday when we were attacking, we got a really good view in the first half because their defensive line was pushed up quite a bit. And when we broke on them, you looked along the line and there was one of our players for every one of theirs at least. And there were 4 of that. We were attacking in waves, in numbers. So there would be, we would go forward, somebody from midfield would break from midfield, and we'd have 4 or 5 players running along the line that were options for the player on the ball. We've just, I can't remember the last time we've attacked like that, just with so much intent and desire for people to get in the box. So that was one. And you've already mentioned it a little bit with Sweeney, but 3 or 4 times, one of the centre backs, Rogers, I noticed particularly, would win the ball, and then he'd go off. Then he'd go off march. He'd win the ball, give it to perhaps George or somebody like that, and then he'd go and join the attack. And so you've got a player that's coming out of defence, and I think McJanet did it as well as Warren. They just go forward, and they're a player it's nobody's job to pick that player up. So suddenly you've got a spare player that's in the final third of the pitch attacking, and there's no one anywhere near them. We were committing so many men forward that they didn't have. They just weren't. And like I say, our team, our formation is so fluid that when we are attacking, players are breaking from positions, and they're ending up in positions where you wouldn't expect, and you ended up with doubling up on players where they've not got a man, and that was really noticeable. So yeah, let's hope it continues, because it was a really satisfying first day of the season, and we've had some shit ones, and like I say, we just looked like I haven't seen the last 2 games of pre-season, not in the flesh, but we look like a team that
your opinion is irrelevant.
We knows what we're doing. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Everyone knows what their job is, and if we keep playing like that, it's going to be a really entertaining season, and it'll be really interesting to see how we go. I do think Crawley were poor, but I don't think it's going to be reflective of that game at Chesterfield where Dembele and Jones ran the show, and we thought we were going to get promoted, and it just turned out we were really shit. But Chesterfield were one of the worst teams that League Two's ever seen.
Look, I think when Harvey Rodgers is trying to chip the goalkeeper from the edge of the area, you know you're doing pretty well. It did. I think I put it in the group. It was like that polar bear meme with why is there a Texas why is there a polar bear in the middle of Texas? Every time Harvey Rodgers was up there, but to his credit, he was brilliant. The amount of times actually what he was really crucial for was when Crawley then tried to clear the ball out of the box. His height and range for heading the ball back in to continue that pressure was fantastic. And I'm pretty sure I heard around me that he's one of the fastest players in our team statistically, which is pretty incredible if so. And he looks like he's going to be playing more of that role if he's got that opportunity to. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the game. I was out at the pub, so I didn't keep a close eye as I usually do.
Why were you at the pub, Mike?
I was having a drink, mate.
Where were you going?
Somewhere. So I didn't keep a close eye, and you know, when you're chatting and stuff, you're not watching it in depth. So I can't really talk for how the setup and stuff were, but I thought we played some good football. And one point I think I should make is there was only 3 new additions in that starting lineup, of which one was the goalkeeper. So 8 of those players, if my maths any good, were here last season. I think that's a ringing endorsement for what you said about our talent time. Is coaching I think it's underrated in football. We think you just bring players in, the day they turn up, that's how good they are or that's how bad they are. And it's not the case. We've seen it with so many players that they get some good coaching into them, they get settled and they grow. And I think that yesterday is probably a point that's missed, is there's not an overwhelming amount of new players. Cabia was playing, and I think he's a cracking signing. I like the look of him. I think we talk about we need another striker. If he's going to be fit all season, and Danny Rose is going to be fit all season, I don't think you do. I think you need a bit of backup, but I think you've got 2 cracking options there. But yeah, I think maybe that was lost a little bit yesterday, that most of these players have been under Artell for more than a season, and it just looks like that cohesion and understanding of what he's trying to do is working. You know, the back 4 is the same other than Sweeney. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But the pace and directness out wide again is something we didn't have last season. Charles Vernon playing like the Charles Vernon we know he can be if he's fit, and that's a good sign. But McEachran for me was just on a different level for the stuff I saw. I think he was breaking play up. He was nipping in front of people. He was running around people. He was everywhere in everything, and he was key. But another thing that I like to see is Corey getting on the score sheet. I know he needs to get more goals this season. That's the thing he needs to add to his game, I think. And he started brilliantly well doing that to start with. I think Rodgers has come on leaps and bounds, and I won't criticise him anymore because I think he's proved me wrong. I think playing him at right back or filling that sort of role maybe shows you where the trust is in Warren. if you're playing Harvey Rodgers as your right back. But I don't think it's as simple as that, because I don't think we quite set up like that. But that's a niche, boring point. But yeah, great game. I thought we were on the front foot and dominated them. Were Crawley poor? Yeah, they were. But what comes first, chicken or egg? Did we make them poor, or were they just poor? And I think the way we played to start with the intensity, I think a lot of teams are going to struggle with that.
Alistair Bowser makes a really good point about the variety of the set pieces yesterday. That was definitely noticeable. Let's be honest, in the last kind of 10, 15 games last season, the free kicks were give it to Denver Hume, wasn't it? Except for that one that George McCracken scored from, and the one that Kieran Green hit the post from MK Dons. But other than that, generally...
So it made me think of Port Vale, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a real variety in the set pieces yesterday. Try something short, try something long, go to the side of the box. Everything was different. Everything made their defense think. And the quality of the crosses was so much better yesterday as well. The amount of crosses we were getting into the box and just causing a little bit of rupture. Yeah, they might not have got onto a head, or they might not have found somebody, but they were causing trouble. You could see that. But let's say Burns' delivery was superb all match long. But yeah, I completely agree with Mike on George McEachran. Everything went through him. Did anyone hear the Humberside interview with Stockwood about whether or not we should keep George? I thought, what a brilliant statement of intent from
what did he say?
So basically, Matt Dean went full 2-footed in with, we're lucky to keep George McCracken, and Jason basically was like, why are we lucky? We're a great club, we're in a great area, we've got great coaching set up, and he's happy. So why are we lucky? And I thought that, what a brilliant response. I thought that, I've never heard, anyone involved in the board here be so kind of positive and ambitious about what the club is about, and saying, yeah, we should be keeping players that are good, because that's what we can do.
We'll be in the Championship in 5 years, Youngie. You wait.
Lisa Piggott, who should know, if anybody does, Lisa will, says George loves it here. So anyone who's been a little bit Grimsby and is just holding on to him is key, like a desperate child holding on to their dad's legs as they leave for the weekend.
I know we were gonna get onto that interview later, or we thought we'd get onto that interview later, but just with what Youngie said, I mean, we've mentioned a couple of times, Alex, because we don't live back in Grimsby, and we come back and we visit, and I think sometimes, well, you're there now, but you don't live there, do you? And I think when you leave Grimsby and then you come back to Grimsby and Cleethorpes, you actually realise what a nice place it is. My wife's not from the area; she's from London, and she's from London, so she probably likes anywhere other than London. But and I think that's been underplayed and undersold for so long, and it's just refreshing to hear owners make that point that no, all right, every area's got problems, but your money's going to go further here. You've got the seaside, you've on your doorstep. You've got so many nice areas just a couple of miles away in the car. And we've said so many times, especially under the previous regime, stop selling ourselves short and be confident in the product you have. You have a decent manager, very good manager, brilliant owners, invest in the right way, playing the right football. Fuck what anybody else is doing and what they're paying, right? If you don't want to come here, that's fine. But we're a good place, and just people should stop running it down. Really should. And it's great to hear that.
Winner, chicken dinner. So yeah, I can't argue with any of that. My favourite bit yesterday, so obviously I just said my mum's moved back and very close to the ground. So much so that when we got out the front door, my son said, "Are we driving there?" As someone was parking in front of my nan's house, to my mum's house, to go to the game. I said, "No, I think we'll be all right."
But you go through that team yesterday, and I did my little bit 5-10 minutes ago, and then I sat listening to the other lads, and you're like, well, actually, yeah, I didn't mention Burns. Burns was exceptional yesterday. Vernon, I know others have already talked about them, but I didn't mention them when I did, because I picked out 2 or 3 players, and I thought those 2, backed up by their teammates behind them and around them, were just they or the front 3, if you like, with Kabaya as well. They set off with an intent from the start that we're not going to give you any time on the ball, and when we attack, we're going to attack with pace. Vernon glided past 2 or 3 players, but like we said, we know his quality. He's too good for this level if he's fit. The reason that he's at this level and the reason that he's at Grimsby in League Two is because he can't stay fit, or he hasn't been able to stay fit. If we can keep him fit, he's a game changer in this league, and he's going to be able to, he's going to win games for us. And Burns, you know, I think I'm right in saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he came to us having not had a pre-season. He rolled from one season into another season. Had not, you know, he's had a break from May till pre-season. He's had a proper pre-season with us, and he looked like a different player. And you know, you go through the team. Corey, you know, he's got the number 8 now. He looks like a boy that's grown into a man. You know, on the pitch, he looks like he believes that he should be there. And I thought that, you know, that tackle on Holohan that he put in was
bloody amazing.
It was just this is what we are. You're at Grimsby. We're not going to thank you for coming, but here, have some of that. And,
we will if you're 3-0 down.
And it just set the tone. And it was, you know, if we can keep that, you know, the club have tried to do their bit. They did, they trusted the TIFO yesterday. All right, it didn't quite work, but we're not going to have. No one's going to have a go at them for that. They tried
100% win ratio, better than my fucking flag.
They tried, yeah. They tried something. They tried something. They'll have learnt from that. Fair play to the club for putting the sides on the pontoon. I thought, you know, they were louder yesterday. They probably will be, but because we were winning. But you know, that's got to help. If nothing else, it's going to stop people getting pneumonia in there. And I just thought, you know, the whole club's got a feel-good factor about it. And there's nowhere like us. You know, we've sold out next weekend already because we only get 1,000 tickets. But, you know, we've got a real chance now to, you know, Harrogate away. Yes, they won at Bristol Rovers in the shock result of the day that cost me my accumulator. But they're going to be down. I would suspect that they'll be in the bottom 6 at the end of the season. You know, we've got a chance to go there Saturday and get a result. And then you've got Newport at home. Then you travel to Accrington. All right, you've got the Shrewsbury Cup game in the middle. We've got a real chance for the fans and the town and the players and everybody to get together and be on a good points total after 3 or 4 games. And, you know, when you think of the shit that we've sat through for the last 20 years, the club's going in the right direction. We've got a plan. We're sticking to it. We've got the right people involved. And it's just refreshing, you know, coming on here. You know, we're not, you know, Tom formerly of this pod, you know, sit back and relax and have a pint, you know, because we were always stressed, we were always wound up, things weren't great. We've got a real chance for the town to get behind the club. 6,800 yesterday. I thought they could have sold it more during the week. You know, they advertised, get people, you know, get your 20 quid ticket in the pontoon, but there wasn't really we've sold 6,000 tickets now. We've sold 6,500 tickets now. Get yourselves there. We could do that more. We could still be a little bit better, but the fans are going to get behind us. You know, we could take a couple of thousand to Accrington in a couple of weeks. You know, let's go. All aboard.
It's about connecting that story, isn't it, to fans? And Bruce, I absolutely agree. But it's about for the rest of the town is passing on that wave of positivity that you've got, saying, look, this is the story. We're the most entertaining team in the Football League, period. If you want drama, then you come to Blundell Park because the most promoted, most relegated. We're going to add a fair few more promotions to that. Don't you worry about it. We are using data to help us move forward. We've got a manager who grows local talent and brings people forward. And if you want to be part of it, you better get there now because Blundell Park is a tiny little ground and it's going to get full very quickly. So unless you want to sit with your mum in the pontoon and you in the upper rammy, you're never going to be able to get anywhere close to each other. So get your ticket now. And, you know, if you come away from Harrogate, which is a completely different task, you know what Harrogate are like, the closest thing to, you know, non-league perfection, sit tight, you know, bruisers will get into you, get around you. Then exactly that sort of thing. You've got a couple of games where you've got 6 in a row. And I'm just, you know, really, really happy. Mike.
Yeah, I think Steve in the chat made a good point about the look at the youth of the side. It is a young squad with we've seen lots of those players develop and lots of them have got a lot of room to do it. I think the only downside yesterday was the sponsors on the short. That was the only thing I thought was a bad thing.
It's a problem with put it on the back. You can only look backwards, can't you, if you've got them on the back of the shorts, isn't it?
But the point I was going to make is, we started off talking about George McEachran a few minutes ago. And you need to keep him. But these players that are at the club or looking to come in the club will look at us and say, "Why am I moving? Unless I've got a ridiculously good offer, why am I taking a little step up? Because staying here would be the best option. Going to somebody, going to a Burton or somebody. That's not, no disrespect to Burton. It's the first club that came to head, but in years gone past, players would leap to leave us. But I think we undersell ourselves and underbelieve in ourselves that we're a good prospect, and it's just nice to see that. And I think with McEachran, he'll know that he probably had a bit of a bad move when he went to Swindon and his career was petering out, and it only takes one more bad move for it to go wrong again. So I would be more confident than people are that we'll keep George McEachran. I think we'll probably extend his deal more likely than he leaves.
Absolutely. Shoda, if you want a Grimsby shirt, I would absolutely ring the club shop or just drop them an email. I'm sure they can have a chat with you about, sending it out, and you might have to pay delivery on it, but they'd be more than happy to help out with it. And I'm sure Pete will show you how the shorts as well.
He'll send you some shorts. He doesn't want
absolutely.
The he'll send them free to you and everybody in America.
Yeah.
The Ryder, the American guy that does some YouTube videos, he is ordered from the club shop, and they will do it. They charge quite a bit for international delivery, but they will deliver it out. So yes, if you order online, they will internationally deliver.
But you do get Lisa Piggott coming round to your house in America with a Grimsby Town.
Is that why the delivery cost is so high? It's just Lisa going out.
Yeah, Lisa and Mike. I hope it's Florida around.
I hope it's Orlando. The poor guy lives in Iowa. Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to meet me in Orlando.
When does commercial revenue ever get you 3 points on a Saturday?
I did ask Jason if we could sponsor the unofficial halftime team talk after 25 minutes when the players go down, but no dice.
Just to go back to say, how far can Two Wheels take? Just said £100 a week more and he'll be gone. Denver couldn't wait to leave. I just fundamentally disagree with this club at the minute. I think Denver's probably different. I just fundamentally disagree that players will be going for a few extra quid because I think they feel valued here. I think Denver's slightly different. But I just can't agree with that.
I think 100. If you're honestly saying that Denver Hume left for £100 a week more, no chance at all. I'm sorry, but it would have been maybe £1,000 a week more, but certainly not £100 a week more. No chance.
It's just how it is, isn't it? Some players are like that, some people aren't. And there's no point in saying. I can see Aaron saying Denver is a greedy prick. Look, you can call it that, but if someone offered me £1,000 more a week, I love my job and I love the company I work for. But see you fucking later. I'm off.
I can't wait for Burns running at him. I tell you, and Malarkey on the right hand side. But love it. Let's get at him.
David Burns.
Yeah,
might not be as impressive, but Dara Burns was. He was brilliant. A lot. If you want to go 1 to 10, Cabia at the front. What a debut from him, and to get that goal, he must be at. And listening to the 2 interviews he's done, well worth picking out if you haven't done it already. But he is absolutely grinning. And one of the things, I don't know if it was one of you guys that noticed or somebody else, he was just grinning from ear to ear playing throughout the entire game. He was absolutely loving it. And with an experienced guy like Danny Rose next to him, that can only be a good thing. And then Vernon, I know he's had a lot of praise already. The way he uses his body to move people around and giving himself some space is something that is reminiscent of what I remember the guys at Southampton were doing against us. I mean, it didn't work, but it was something like that. And then you're talking about, Aaron is right as well. And someone I was going to put up, if Vernon has to have a time out, because I don't know if you've worked out how his body works, he needs a game off or, 2 games in, 1 game out. We haven't even spoken about Sam Thorson yet, who ripped people apart last season. So you've got so many options, and we haven't even touched the loan market yet. So, wait for your Ubiqua, wait for who else is going to come in. It's going to be great. And look, there's going to be times when it's not this easy, and we've got to just be constant support as best we can. I also thought one thing that they've done as well at the club, those little flags at the back of the pontoon look nice. It's nice to see Blunder Park having a little bit of character. I know they're a little bit corporate-y, but they're perfect. It's exactly what clubs should be doing. Get your flag down there if you can. I know there's a couple of prerequisites to it, but we'll be doing the same if we can get it there as well.
The the point about loan market is quite good as well, because I think we said before last year, I think we asked Artell about it when he was on. If you're a club looking to develop a player, unless you want them to go and get knocked about a bit and learn that side of the game, you're probably going to look fairly positively on Grimsby. You know, he plays them. You know, he plays loan kids, and he develops them. So you think you've got a couple of loans now to try and complement this squad. You've got to be thinking, hopefully, you can get some proper quality into to help the squad. I would say, as good as Cabia was, wearing Under Armour in August, I hate to see what he'll be like in December in Cleethorpes. He'll be wearing one of those Arsene Wenger coats underneath his kit.
Well, all the better for him. Give him a bit of padding.
Yeah, it's a bit cold now. Wait till January rocks up.
Mark saying he can't work out what his favourite part of yesterday was. I'm still in shock. Mark Walter, we know what your favourite part was yesterday. If anybody follows our account, the Walters family do a first game of the season mini golf tournament for bragging rights in their family, and Mark won. So I assume that was his highlight of the day, even if they'd have scored 4 or 5. But that overhead kick at the end, just what I really like is when Blunder Park is like that. There's a couple. I always associate Blunder Park with different noises. Like I did hear the first groan when it was sort of like after 35 minutes, the pass didn't go and there was a bit of a, and I think that's more damaging to players than booing.
Was that not when they saw you in the director's area?
Look, some of us, the face is the name, you know. But if I'd have known I'd have been in there, I'd have worn better than shorts and town shirt. Thank you to a friend of mine who gets me tickets, but he said, I'll put you in the main stand. So I was quite happy about that until I was sat next to Polly. I thought she was expecting a bit higher class of people. But I got a high five from Jason after the third, so I'm enjoying it.
I'd have loved to have seen him sat next to you at Swindon away.
Oh, God.
You wouldn't have gone on.
We wouldn't be getting those interviews.
No. They wouldn't have been shouting at me either. Blaming me for it.
Yeah, Mark says, Alex, maybe you're right. Maybe I do. Ben saying, disappointed there's no proper bar in the Osmond. £2 for a bottle of water, £5.50 for a bottle of Budvar. Docks in the fan zone. Only had container open, so massive queue. Yeah, well, prices are going to go up, Ben. You know, prices are going to go up in the thing. We've already talked about the docks being a little bit thing, but we will... sorry, Lisa. Yes, it is the technical absorbent stand brought to you by the DN35 main stand, or whatever you call it now. We obviously sponsor the postcode for the ground, so it's nice that we get recognised too. Anything for anybody else? Aaron says we've never beaten Harrogate away. That changes next week. Brilliant. Just in case, you know, another Kieran Green 55-yard thunder bastard to appreciate from everybody.
I want Kieran Green on goal kicks next weweek. I think that's the only logical next step to this, isn't it? You know, keeps pushing Pim aside until he has a go.
How many can we put some money on the first when he gets the ball in our own area and
kick
shouts
off.
of shoot? Yeah. Oh, kickoff.
Shoot.
If we get brilliant.
The first back passer on kickoff. Oh.
Could you imagine if that went in? How everybody's feeling right now? Is it just and then on the pitch and so many people from the home end, because I assume there's lots of Grimsby fans with the Harrogate postcode. Brilliant. Oh,
I'd be straight on, tops off the lot. It's
Youngie got banned second game of the season. As we finished 13th. If anything, it was a bit presumptive.
When's too early to book a bus?
Oh, well, this is the thing. Me and you were talking about it on the way. Let's continue the hubris. We were talking on my way back from York today, and you said that your wife's company have the box at Wembley, so we could always use it.
Have a box. There isn't just like they don't like own Wembley.
Oh, well, they own a number of boxes. And you said we could use it, but unfortunately, sadly, it won't be needed because we're going up as fucking champions. So it doesn't matter.
Of course, we're jesting a little bit. It's not going to be this easy, is it, throughout the season? There'll be plenty of times that it goes
yeah,
on.
Yeah,
It's just nice to have a positivity.
Look, if we confirm the champions status by April,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. It's
Oh,
fine.
that late? That late? Oh no.
Like Easter Monday. I'm happy with that.
Nah, sack the board. I tell out, not having that. No,
Yeah.
put by Christmas. You know, but it's a long season, so it won't be like this. So just enjoy the positivity. You know, there'll be ups and downs. And
Do you think Gab Sutton is the only one that's got a fucking Cheshire grin a grin on his face, going, you know,
little mini fist bump yesterday.
Second doesn't look too bad.
But when it doesn't work, don't get too down about it.
Hang on, whoa! Is that your Gab Sutton impression? All right, Joe Barton.
That's his same impression of everybody. He has the same voice.
That's me. Yeah, exactly the same voice for everyone. That's also his Crawley fan impression. There was a video. There's a video. I haven't watched all of it yet, but there's a Crawley fan who looks a bit like, if anybody knows Jack Johnson, who does the shirts and everything at the club. If Jack lived in Newquay for a little bit too long, he would kind of look like that, and also owned a media department in East London. But he's like called the hipster away fans. And he was saying it was the worst away day ever. I assume it would be if you're a Crawley fan, but nice fish and chips and beautiful day.
I watched the full video. There's a little bit of clickbait there. But he did the classic thing of people say Grimsby's the worst place, and he showed a load of videos like of different YouTubers going around Grimsby.
Was it one from ours?
yeah, it was us.
It was Sam.
It was us and Paul Linwood.
Yes.
But he did like the ground. And he liked the bar in the Osmond End and the away end, which all the away fans love the bar in the Osmond End. So yeah,
apart from Paul
a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
It would be. It's really nice to see, and it's nice to see this. Blunder Park looks beautiful. The pitch looked great. Put that out there as well. Looked good.
I mean, the proof will be when the season gets going. It's easy to make it look good. Yeah, it was easy. It's been a dry summer as well, isn't it? But it's easy to make it look good now. So it looked good last year, but they have invested and it did look particularly good yesterday. So hopefully, when you get to those December, January games, it's still holding up. But
do you want one negative? Someone noticed it in the upper Rammies toilets at the end on the right nearest the pontoon. They're still advertising 2023-2024 season tickets, and there was a picture of Gav Holohan up in the toilet as well.
Well, that changes everything. That changes everything.
I just wanted to bring. We did say we were going to do 2 different types of podcasts, so just wanted to bring it down a bit. Sorry, Bruce.
Don't you think it feels a little bit odd as well? Because first week of the season, you've normally got the League Cup in the middle of the week, and that's not until next week. So this is like the polar opposite of that. When you've lost and you want to get a game on quickly to get rid of it. We've won and we've got to wait a week for another game. You've normally, like I say, unless I'm wrong, you've normally got the League Cup in the first week, but it's not till next week.
Yeah, that's different. I was hoping I'd have a second game this week. I'm buzzing for it. I'm devastated I won't be going to Harrogate, but it's all right.
Another point though.
If anybody gets a ticket, by the way, just drop us a line. I'm here till Sunday.
It might be quite difficult to dampen expectations now. So that's the only bad thing when things are going well. When things are going bad, everybody loses a shit. When things are going well, everybody gets carried away. It is one game.
But the thing is as well that I would say that Town fans are quite realistic to be honest. There's always that Grimsby bit. The reason people are excited is because we had a good season last season and we've retained a lot of the squad, and there is nothing to suggest that those squads will start to dissipate in terms of their quality. We've seen the quality in which Artel brings in and then also improves on them. One thing that I'm really impressed with, given some of the changes we brought in, is how strictly he kept faith with those players from last year. So Kieran Green, Harvey Rogers, McJanet were all in there. Same with Tharm. Vernon was playing on the wings. He had a couple of options where he could have made changes for newer players, and he didn't necessarily go with that. And they delivered in spades. And again, with Even Corey, oh God, he must be bouncing off the walls. That you've got 2. I couldn't think of a better 2 players to score on the first day of the season, apart from Cabia and Corey, because they will be absolutely flying now. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I don't like it. Anybody for anything else?
No, it's just all too positive, isn't it?
Find something to moan about, isn't it? I'll have to find something.
I tell you what I'm moaning about.
Go on.
Bruce
Go
hasn't
on.
got calendars. Bruce hasn't got calendars.
Bruce. Are you-
Whoa, what?
Oh, are you doing calendars?
I feel like it's run its course.
You
It
don't
has-
make these calls. The people do.
Yeah, they don't want
Poor
calendars.
Youngie does more work for this podcast now than anybody, including myself, putting games together. And you actually milked it because Youngie put the Grimsby Town quiz from Doc's Beers into our WhatsApp group last week, so you could play along with it, and he had to answer all your questions. And by the way, Youngie,
After the quiz, he did that.
yeah, after the quiz, questionable. I don't think if you're employed by the club or are on the board of the club, you should be able to win it. Just putting it out there. As someone who was put in a number of groups where Christine Green accidentally put the message in about winning it into that group.
I plead the fifth on this one.
Unfortunately, this isn't America, so you can't. So please explain yourself. So when
You want calendars, do you?
yes, please.
You've just got to shuffle some calendars, mate. I mean, Youngie does these quizzes, and you see the quiz he does, and you think you've sat there all of your Sunday to do a quiz for us, and we're not taking it remotely seriously. And you've wasted about 6 hours of your Sunday.
There is a new thing as well this season, people. This is I haven't done anything, I'm afraid, Mike. So thank you for sending the pictures, but I haven't.
I'm just saying he's got them all there ready. Look, he was wanting us to say, look, they're all there in a pile.
Please, sir.
He's playing the crowd, isn't he? He's playing the crowd.
Here they are. They're just all together to hand.
Now live, brought to you in advertisement and sponsorship with Mike's Weird Caravan in Thorpe Park. If the van is a knocking, please do come a knocking, because it is there for anyone with any sexual kinks indeed. Not just for families, it is for those who enjoy pineapples upside down, left, right, or inserted into any orifice you prefer. Mike's Caravan is available to book for your latest sex party at any point. Ring Mike and go, I need a sex party. His number will be live on the screen after this calendar game.
No, it won't.
Welcome to the calendar game by Bruce, sponsored by Mike's Knocking Caravan. For all your sexual needs and family fun, you can book it anytime you want at Thorpe Park. It's not just the evening entertainment hosted by Haven that you can take your hands on. Mike, anything you want to add about your caravan?
Yeah, you can't book it. It's full.
You can't book it. You know,
Full?
it takes ages to wipe it down. Anyway, Bruce.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm a bit
Who's
brown.
Who the fuck's Aaron?
I'm a bit browner than that at the minute as well.
Come on, Dave, keep it together.
After my trip to Cos. Right, who's playing?
It's Mike and Youngie.
And you're the judge, are you, as usual?
As always, yeah.
Right, okay. Right, I'm going to let Mike go first because I feel Youngie can cope with that. Right, you can turn that off though.
And I can't cope with going second.
No, I think you need to go first.
You never need to come second at
I
Mike's
think
Caravan.
you need to go first to keep up the mood of the pod. Right. Okay. So I've already. Yeah, you can turn that off now, Alex. Thank you.
Up.
You definitely need to go first, Mark. I've just looked at who Mr. August is. Hang on.
Is it?
Mr. August is Doug Tham.
Beautiful man.
You're not going to go lower than Doug, are you?
I'm going to go higher.
You're going to go higher than Doug?
Because
Really?
Alex is judging it, not me. Now, just my opinion's usually correct. Alex's is wrong, so I'm sort of allowing for that.
Right, so you've gone with Doug.
Have you
right?
seen, by the way, he's turning into an Italian centre half with that air and air band.
I haven't shuffled the calendars, so I'm just going to grab a random one without looking.
Oh, I'm not you.
You've gone
You've got
higher
nowhere.
than Doug.
Yes.
Right. Okay. You've turned 2019. Oh dear, mate.
Oh. Well, Alex doesn't like Doug, so
You've gone higher than Doug, and you've got Elliot Whitehouse. And I feel first up, I'm going to pass that straight over to Alex because I'm not.
I'll be
sure.
entirely honest. Given that we've been talking about caravans, I don't really want to bring Elliot Whitehouse into this. But
Mike went higher than Doug. Is Elliot Whitehouse higher or lower than Doug?
I think Doug is higher than
Right. So
Periwinkle
unlucky,
Blue's
Mike.
favourite son.
We pass over to Richard. So Richard, your starting player is Elliot
deep
Whitehouse.
cut, by the way, Alex. Okay, higher than Elliot Whitehouse.
Okay, I'm not looking. I'm going to grab a random calendar on the pile. You've turned 2001. You might be all right here, youngie. And Mr. August for 2001 was Bradley Allen. I think Bradley Allen gazumps Elliot Whitehouse. I'm sorry, but we don't need Alex for this one. So Bradley Allen, you higher or lower than Bradley Allen, youngie?
This is a tough one because he is good, but there are better. But he's high up.
Depending on what calendar I pull.
Bradley Allen.
Depending on what year I pull. You're going lower than Bradley Allen.
Depending on the calendar. Yeah.
Okay.
Lower than Bradley Allen.
Okay, you've turned 2021. And you have got Mr. August for 2021. Oh, I'm so sorry, Richard. You've turned Montel Gibson.
Oh, well.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, but yeah. Anyway, Montel Gibson, youngie, higher or lower than Montel Gibson?
Oh, higher than the highest baby shower you've ever known possible.
Mike's got a look of resignation on his face already that he's just screwed it up with Doug Tharm. Right, higher than Montel Gibson.
I did what?
You've gone 1996. I think Dot the Kit Lady would have been higher than Montel Gibson in 1996.
Hey.
And you have turned... Oh, bless him. You've turned Peter Handyside.
Oh, bless him.
Peter Handyside is a god compared to Montel Gibson.
Well, congratulate the youths, by the way, who won the Peter Handyside Cup the other day.
Both teams.
So well done to the youths. Both teams won against Stoke. Of course, lower than Peter Handyside.
Okay. You've turned 2020. Is that the one where you had legends and non-legends? But we'll go with Harry Clifton. So you are now. This gets tough for you though now because you've now got Harry Clifton, and I feel that's in the last sort of the 30 odd years that we've got the calendars. I feel Harry's middle of the road. So are you going higher or lower than Harry?
Yeah, he's middle of the road. He's like if you draw a 7 or an 8 in real player cards, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, he's no Paul Groves or Macca.
No, I am going to gamble and say higher than Harry Clifton.
Higher than Harry Clifton.
If it's in the middle, is that a gamble? Because it's 50-50.
Yeah, because it's hard, isn't it? It's
hard, but it's not. It's not like a gamble. It's 50-50, mate. Pick one.
Right.
Okay.
Youngie, you've gone higher. Sorry, I had a duplicate calendar looking for a pair. You've drawn 2023, Richard. This is touch and go. August 2023. You've turned Alex Hunt.
No,
I don't think that Alex Hunt is higher than Harry Clifton. So
I agree.
You are back at the hockey, Mike, with a couple of calendars to go. So Alex Hunt, Mike, higher or lower than Alex Hunt?
Just read the fucking bottom. Higher. Higher.
What?
Higher.
Higher than Alex Hunt. You've turned 1998, Michael. 1998. And you've got Aidan Davison, good keeper in 1998. Not quite so good when he came back in 2003-04.
Lower.
So yes, correct. You are good with that. So you've got Aidan Davison, and you have got. This is where I got done before. If I'm in duplicates, we've done that one. Sorry about this, people. This is ultimate in professionalism. We haven't done 2024 and 2020. Right, three calendars left. I might have done one of these, but who cares?
Okay.
So you've got who was it? Aidan
I
Davison.
said low. It's still
Aidan
lower,
Davison.
mate.
You've got lower than Aidan Davison, right? You've drawn 2004. Anything could happen here. It might be Aidan Davison again. That would be good because then I get to say the line, don't I? Oh my word. This is a special moment in calendars. This is why you wanted to keep calendars. You've turned Aidan Davison, August 2004. I'm ever so sorry, Mike, but there's nothing for a pair. Not in this game.
Not in this game.
Richard, you're back on the hockey.
It was worth it just for that, Bruce. It was worth it just for that,
That was
mate.
unlucky. Right, okay. You've got 2 calendars left, Richard. Aidan Davison.
Well, firstly, I am looking at the top of my camera right now because I can't read the bottom. I need to concentrate. So I am going to go lower than Aidan Davidson.
Okay, you've drawn 2024. I don't think we've done that. If we have, I'll throw it away quickly. I've got to work out how calendars work. Did you go higher or lower than Aidan Davison?
Lower than Aidan Davidson.
You've got Danny Rose. Now,
this
was 2004 Aidan Davison and not 1998 Aidan Davison. Alex, over to you. Richard has gone lower than Aidan Davison.
I wasn't listening. So it's Aidan Davison or Danny Rose?
Aidan Davison,
2004.
2004.
Yeah, but I don't
Aidan
think that
Davison.
matters. I don't think you do that. I think it's the element of the person at the club.
Right.
I think it's Aidan Davison.
Of course you do.
Oh, that's controversial. Okay, so we're saying that Richard is still on the still in the seat with the last calendar to come. Richard, Danny Rose, higher or lower than Danny Rose? This is touch and go again.
Can you move him off the screen? I'm going blind with those teeth.
As is my concentration. I am going to go lower than Danny Rose.
This is it. This is it for the first prize. We're going. Oh, hang on. Oh God! Please say I haven't fucked this up. Oh no! We're all right. We're all right. Right. You've turned 2022, Richard, and just remind us, you've gone higher or lower than Danny Rose?
Lower.
Right. We're just going to call Sam up to adjudge this because you've turned Michia Fete. I'm going to throw this one to Alex, who has the casting vote. So you've gone, just remind everyone, you've gone lower than Danny Rose and you've gone Michia Fete, the promoted Michia Fete. Alex.
Do we bring someone from the pod in to help?
If we could get hold of Sam and anyone knew where he was since May, then we would do it. But
shall I ring him? I'll ring him.
I'm doing it now.
Okay, ring him then. Ring him, please.
I'm ringing him now.
What's this? Who wants to be a millionaire? Call a friend.
Yeah. So we've got Richard with us.
You're live on Big Brother. Please don't say fuck a bugger.
We've got Richard.
Hello, mate. You are live on the podcast. Please do swear. We are doing caravans. We're doing caravans. We're doing calendars, and it has gone down to the wire. So, Bruce, who's he can't hear what you're saying. So who's got Danny Rose?
We've got
Youngie, Mr. Richard Young. 38 and a half has
waist.
Thank you.
Waist. I'm fucking lucky.
Thank you.
Has gone for, what did you go for, Youngie?
He's gone lower than Danny Rose.
He's gone lower.
Rose. Yeah,
he's gone lower than Danny Rose,
lower
and
than
it's
Danny
Michia Fete. So we're going to go to you for the decision.
So whether Michi is lower or higher than Danny Rose?
Yes.
Oh, I see why you've rung me up now.
Okay.
Well, okay, let's take bias out of this. Rose is a way better player than Michi, isn't he?
So did you hear that? Sam has gone for.
Yeah, what a shit out. He's got time to answer the phone on a Sunday night, not time to pop on, has he?
Shall I tell you something, Sam? If you ever need a place to stay when you're up north, Mike's Caravans are the best. White clean services from head to toe. So if you need to rent a caravan, Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next week.
Bye, mate.
Bye. There you
And
go,
there we
Bruce.
have it. There we
He
have
answered
it.
that phone very
Congratulations,
quickly, didn't he?
Richard. Mike, that was really
Thank you.
unlucky.
I'd like to dedicate this win this week to my friend's daughter, Edie, who I got a message from her dad early going, "Oh, Edie's watching you on the telly. She sits with us in the Finders." I'm sorry to Edie's parents who has watched this absolute debauchery for the last hour. But you know, cheers, Edie. I'll see you at the next game.
I thought you were going to hand it to Beryl.
No, she's had enough handed to her by the sounds
Daryl
of it.
don't need me to hand it to her. She's a lucky lady.
And remember, people, for all of your needs, whether you're having fun or you want to bring the family along, make sure to rent Mike's Caravan. Always come and knock in when the caravan is a rocking.
You might be too young to remember, but can we have like its own little theme tune, like Caravan of Love?
Yeah, that's no problem. We'll do we'll find a copyright-free one. What I really like is that Kilby Cricket Club swingers thing is a joke from like the 90s. It is a very niche joke that I think only Danny Beavis might get. And I'm really sorry, Danny. I know your dad was part of the cricket club, but there you go. There we are. And as Jungi says, every woman and man join the Mike McMahon of love. Caravan of love.
Stand up.
Oh,
Stand up.
Are we allowed to name the caravan?
No.
Every caravan has a name. What's the caravan called? Like they've all got like I don't know, Sea Breeze or Sea View as their name. What's the caravan's name?
Can we call it Car Keys?
Sea Whip.
Bland's Crest. Look, we want your nominations in, and Mike will definitely, if he wants to continue having his caravans being sponsored on the show, will name it after it. So get your nominations in, and then we'll have a vote.
What we can do is, mate,
Campbell.
while
Yeah.
you're up this week, me and you and Youngie can share a bottle of Baby Sham, and we'll go and smash it over Mike's caravan and get a new sign put up.
Yes, Danny Beavis, if you are listening, when we get it, recognitions express, best sign place in the town. We might need your help, so let's get it done. Mike, any nominations that you would like to throw in? Oh, Youngie looks happy.
You're a bunch of twats, all of you.
Ben
I've just got images of us rocking up with bottles of Baby Sham with a family from Halifax.
Mark would like to know. Hi, Liam. Hi, Beryl.
Yes, Mark.
Can the Walters Cup be sponsored by Mike's Caravans next season?
Can you move out the way, Portia, for a minute?
Look, is this when I kindly offered you to make sure we keep talking about your caravan? Is this
No. That's not what happened. What we did is we spoke to you and you said, "Can I take the piss out of your caravan? And I'll make this thing and send me some pics." I said, "Yes, go on, you can take the piss."
Mike's
there was
rolling
no conversation
rendezvous
about mentioning it.
No, I said we were going to. All the competitions at the end are going to be sponsored by your caravan. You're a bunch of twats.
Have you changed it so I can't put things on the screen now?
No, I don't think so. Jamie O'Neill says you're a bunch of twats is a shit name for a caravan.
I like Ben's. Mike's gone full Bonnie Blue.
Yeah, could you imagine how much money she'd bring in? God, are you sure the suspension can take 1,000 men in that caravan?
Do you charge by the person, or is it just the van, Mike?
Sorry, it only births 6.
I think you've drifted off a bit here.
It'd be a forensics nightmare.
50 Shades of Tharm.
I'm all right with that. Yeah, we'll do that.
The winner chicken dinner caravan. What else have we got? Has anyone else got any others?
The back door sponsored by Free Q and Rusty's.
I did love that Nicole's used to say entrance at rear on the front. And the fact that the Telegraph didn't even write an obituary to it just shows how poor local journalism is nowadays. That'd have been a 35-page spread. Mike, how can they get in touch with you for the caravan?
You can't.
Why not? Do you not want? Is it fully booked?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What days are available?
Well, next year now.
That's okay. They can go into next year.
And DM me.
Yeah, if you want to slide into Mike's DMs before you slide into his caravan, make sure you do so. Simon Hodson says they may need technical absorbance.
A new bed from Ramsden's.
Yeah, a new bed from Ramsden's yet?
Go around to do a few rammies.
Promotion
Right,
party at the man. Nope.
And then when you finish, you can have a chicken dinner.
Is that why the light was on all winter?
Yes, Steve.
It's used as a lighthouse, Steve. Bonkers Bank is no more. Kinky caravans are it. It's not alliteration, but it works. Youngie. Go on.
I just don't know anymore.
I feel like we need to go. We need to go home.
But you are home, Bruce.
I know. Your hours. You're on 10 minutes overtime here.
All right, sorry. Yeah, well, don't worry. The amount of money we're now going to bring in and rake in through the caravan, Mike is going to be able to afford it for everybody.
I would not bank on it.
I tell you what, you could bank on. Don't bank on Bonkers Bank anymore. Bank on the caravan.
Right, let's go.
Mike could sponsor it could be Mike's caravan could sponsor one of the pontoon or the Osmond, couldn't it?
No, I tell you what, he would sponsor is instead of a tunnel, they all come out of a caravan door at the front of the main stand, the technical absorbent main stand.
Maybe you could sponsor the pumps in the bar.
You could, the pumps in the bar, or you could have. Can we not balance a caravan on top of the fan zone?
I'll have a pint of no, it's all right. No, I was going to. No,
we replaced the gantry in the finders with like
that.
a mounted caravan.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
The gantry goes, and it's like a VIP box. So you have to climb on the roof, then you go through into the caravan, and you get like an oversee of the whole pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And the windier it gets, the more it rocks.
You mean like those dodgy ones that they have when a non-league team gets a Premier League team in the FA Cup, and it's just perched in the corner on a bit of scaffold?
Mike wants to know if we can get a Mike's caravan flag at the back of the pontoon.
Yes, we can.
Bruce, if I send you the pictures that Mike sent me earlier, can you do some really terrible photoshopping?
Of course.
And we can I'll put it on just put all his favourite players in there and just speedos.
You've got those pictures already, Bruce.
Yeah.
There's no photoshopping needed.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you've noticed, because I thought when I changed the background in the podcast group, it would change it for everyone, but I don't think it has. But that's the background on for me. Just picture of Doug Tharm. Just trying to help. Anything for anyone else before we go on this promotion party podcast?
See you at Harrogate, everybody.
It's downhill from here. Downhill
going
from
out
here.
midweek, Alex.
But shall I tell you what doesn't go downhill? Mike's caravans, because it's on bricks. What do you say, Bruce?
Aren't we? We're having a bit of a what do you call it these days? A hookup, aren't we?
I would love.
Caravan.
Yeah. So if you and you can send me your dates that you're available this week, and then I'll ask, see if we can find a room to do some recording in.
Fucking hell, you could. Could you send me your dates and we'll see if we can schedule something?
Mike, when's the caravan free this week so we can do some recording?
Ain't.
Look, if they could just go to the show bar for a few hours, we'll go in the caravan. Job's a good one. They can go and do bingo. We'll do a recording. Great.
And we'll smash Baby Sham over it and rename it Tharm's Caravan
Crescent.
of Love. Yeah, Tharm's Crescent.
So Caravan of Love or Love Shack. One of the two.
Love Shack.
Love Shack.
Tell you what, who Mike does love, Doug Tharm. Positive goal difference for the first time under our tail, says Simon Hodson. What a
The
stat.
Dog Shack. The Dog Shack. There it is.
Danny Beavis from Recognitions Express, the best sign makers in town.
Who's that, Alex? Sorry?
Recognition Express. They sponsor. They're going to wrap your caravan in whatever images we want.
Where can I find out more information?
If you go to Mike's Kinky Caravans of Love .com. Maybe, do you want me to, we bought, I don't think we've told everyone this, but we bought the web domain for View from the Ramsdens for £1. Don't worry, the lads know. Do you think if we put that in and then we just advertise your caravan?
No, can we just go now? I want to go.
Please put your recommendations in for what the title of the show could be. Keep your recommendations coming in from Mike's Caravan of Love. Doug Shack is absolutely leading the way. Thank you all so much for joining us. Enjoy this week. It's been an incredible start to the season. It can't go wrong from here. It is nothing can go wrong now. Town are League One bound, and
Clip that.
Clip it. Who cares? Town are going up. Don't you know? Pump it up.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be on a stand more than my life running there. They're going crazy. Hey, they got penalty here. There'll be fish flying about there. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal. You can't make it straight like that.